I'm Audrey, and then I'm here with
Rashad Wisdom.
Do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Rashad Wisdom. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I currently live in Tampa, Florida right now. I'm a safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Graduated from UTSA and just happy to be here today.
I got a couple questions here. What does leadership mean to you?
Leadership means a lot. I think leadership on the broad spectrum pretty much entails you being accountable for a whole group of people. And most importantly, being accountable for yourself, being able to lead yourself. I think that's the most important thing when being a leader is if you can't lead yourself, then how can you lead a whole group of other people? With that, you're accountable for the whole group. So if something goes wrong and somebody messes up or something goes the opposite way, ultimately everything falls back on you, and you have to be understanding of the role that you're in and just know that the crown is heavy. So if you're aware, just know what it comes with. But I think leadership is a great role to be in. It's not for everyone. I feel like you're kind of called to be in it, and when you are called, then you kind of just find your role and figure out how to go about it, what kind of leader you are.
What do you think people's biggest takeaway from your speech should be, and why?
I think the biggest takeaway from my speech that I want to get across today is just really being able to believe in yourself, have confidence in yourself. I think that's a part of being a leader too, is that you have to be confident in yourself and knowing that you're putting your best foot forward. And even if things go the opposite way, you still have enough belief in yourself to know that you'll bounce back and be resilient and get over whatever's going on. I hope that from today, people really get that belief in yourself and knowing that when hard times come, that things aren't happening to you but happening for you. And I think once you adopt that mindset with different situations, that's when you really start overcoming different adversities in life, and when you really understand like you are who you are, and that's how you develop your confidence.
Why do you think youth voice is so important?
Youth voice is important because the youth are the future leaders of tomorrow. I remember being in the same seats as everybody else that will be here today and thinking like I want to be just like that when I grow up, and being inspired and being motivated to chase my dreams to go after what I wanted to become because of the people that came before me. And now that I'm in that chair now, I want to give back in that same way and make people feel the same way I did when I was in their seats. And I think that's important, what I mean? And I think if I'm able just to touch one person today, like that's all the difference that we need to make.
What was a turning point in your journey that shaped you who you are today?
I think the turning point, I feel like there's two. I think the first one would be when I was younger. It's a smaller situation, but to make a long story short, pretty much a group of me and my friends were planning on going working out one morning, and we said that we're gonna meet up at the park at like 8. So 8 o'clock in the morning comes around. I get there. I wait for like an hour. No one else shows up. So I go home, and I'm upset because I wanted to go work out with my friends. Then I go home, and my dad is like, you don't need anybody else to chase your dreams. Like these are your dreams. Like you can go do it yourself. And that kind of really made me realize, like, you're right. Like I don't need anybody else to go out and work out or do whatever I need to do to help put me in a position to accomplish what I want to get done. And then I think the second thing, which is more drastic, would be with the passing of one of my younger brothers. I think that period of time really showed me like that life comes at you in a lot of different ways, and there's certain things that you can only get out of life through experience and learning how to overcome different situations and adversities is, I think that situation really taught me like pretty much that, like how to be resilient, how to get over those tough times, and who I really am as a person.
What advice would you give for students who are trying to find their path?
Man, keep going. Like, regardless of what's going on, and like I said earlier, like, things happen to you, or things don't happen to you, they happen for you. Everything is purposeful, everything is divine, everything happens for a reason. And I think once you understand that and realize that, regardless of what comes up, um, you'll understand that this is only trying to make you better as a person. You know what I mean? Like, you'll find your weaknesses within yourself that you need to work on. You'll find your strengths. You'll figure out, like I said, you'll pretty much figure out who you are. You start learning more about yourself and understanding, like, okay, this is me. This is where I need to work on. This is where, what I mean, I'm pretty strong at. You know what I mean? So you start learning your strengths and weaknesses, and then you just move forward from there.
What's a piece of advice that you would give for youth who are trying to use their voice?
Don't be scared. Be courageous. Sometimes speaking up and using your voice can be fearful, especially if you're not used to doing it. Anything that is uncommon to you is going to be uncomfortable at first, and I think just getting over that hump and having courage to go along with it, even though you may be scared or are nervous to do it, is how you know what I mean, ultimately get over that hump and start using your voice. And like I said, there's a lot of leaders in the youth that will be coming forward and within the next couple years or so, and your voice is important. Like, I think everyone deserves to be heard, and the only way you can do that is taking that step, and taking that step and stepping outside your comfort zone.
Last question. What do you predict could be the long-term benefits on focusing on youth empowerment and then promoting leadership?
Leaders create more leaders. Being here today, that's the whole point of me being here today, right? Is to talk to the younger generation about what it means to be a leader, how from my perspective a leader is, and what they don't do, and they'll take that. And on the flip side, you know, just me coming here today might help produce 10 leaders. Those 10 leaders go find 10 more leaders. Now, now we start multiplying, and and the group gets bigger. So I think, like I said, even if it's just one person today that the light bulb, I'm able to help get the light bulb click today. That one person can go and reach out to two more people. Those two people reach out to two more people. And it starts multiplying and getting bigger and bigger. And that's how pretty much the outreach expands.
Mhm. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.